I'm Alex McCord for RumorFix.com discussing episode 7 of season 5 of The Real Housewives of New York City! Except they're The Real Housewives of London at the moment, still. I have to say, the one thing that really bothers me about this London trip is that there's not enough of London in it. All the great shots of London that you see are B-roll with no ladies. You know, if I were shooting this show, I would have trapped them all in the London Eye, stopped it at the top, and let the fur fly. And you could see all of London beneath. Anyway, I loved Sonia the Clown. She had the bidet, she had the croquet. I really loved the bidet. That made the show for me. I have to ask this question about croquet though. Has anyone ever played croquet in London? If you have, please tweet me and let me know, because I've never seen that before and I've been to London a lot. I loved Carol's one-upmanship call-out of Luann. It's kind of satisfying to see someone call Luann out. She asked Luann, what is it about the negativity? It's about 5 seasons of cage fighting. It would take a new cast member to ask an old cast member that, but that's what it is. They've been doing this for so long, they don't realize how negative they're being. Nobody won the book versus baby call out, honestly. Having a baby is completely different from writing a book. Both are a birth of sorts, but from someone who's written a book with no ghostwriter and had 2 babies with no drugs, there is no comparison! Yikes! Back to the show. Some standard issue tricks that we saw this episode, and some worked and some didn't. First, I saw the let's barge into the bedroom. Now, on a housewives trip, your time is never your own. They don't film 24/7, but you could be caught by the cameras at any time. You never know what's coming. Luann barged into Carol's room. She wasn't ready. She didn't have makeup on, but there was no drama. It fizzled. Let's move on to a trick that did work. Back in New York, let's sabotage the party! Oh my gosh, I really felt for Sonia. It's very risky to throw your first professional event on a reality show. There is so much room for sabotage and error, particularly if you're out of the country until a couple of days before the event. Now, I have no doubt that that was a great band, but they needed to be playing in the Mercury Lounge, not the Empire State Building. They needed to be downtown with mood lighting and not in what looked like a hotel bar. The other thing that worked was they got the other cast members to trash the party after the fact in interviews, to talk about that there was no food, to talk about that the atmosphere was awkward. Guess what? The reason the atmosphere is awkward is because it's being filmed. Really, in reality TV world, this was not an anniversary party for a couple who had been married 5 years, but rather let's get all the cast together after the trip to see how the fur flies. And it did fly between Heather and Ramona. Heather followed Ramona around that party. I thought that was very funny. The only way Ramona could escape is to take off her mic pack and leave, get in the car, take a cab, and get out of there. Because she didn't do that, Heather followed her around over and over and over again. Now, I had a Twitter question this week. What do I think of the cast members? Oh boy, that would be a 1-hour special. But I tell you what, let's pick one cast member and we'll talk about one each week. Since everyone else was calling out Luann this week, let's start with her. Does she milk her title? Yes, she does. Like no one I have ever met in my entire life, and I've met a lot of people with titles. Nobody in New York does that. Nobody that I've ever met in Europe does that. Luann does that. But she is reality TV gold, and I hope she stays on The Housewives forever. Why? She has absolutely no sense of self-awareness, no sense of irony, which I think Heather saw. Heather was trying to gently call her out. It was great that a freshman cast member did that because she was a little bit more objective. I couldn't, because I would just want to punch her. That's it for RumorFix.com for this episode. I'd like to branch out and say a quick congratulations to Kat Amati, formerly of Housewives of DC, as she's pregnant. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.